Does your matter ever wonder? Does your matter ever wonder? Well, I got to wondering one night, do my atoms ever wonder how they got themselves into this mess? I mean, there's a whole lot of them in here, and not one of them has ever introduced itself. I don't think my carbon's sitting at a bar beneath the moon, saying, boys, I got a question, why'd we build this crazy room? My electrons ain't philosophers, they don't contemplate the stars. They ain't sitting around discussing why they're buzzing where they are. And the hydrogen don't whisper, man, existence sure is strange. They just keep on doing chemistry and never ask for change. But somewhere in this pile of dirt, of calcium, blood, and bone, a bunch of dumb old atoms built a brain and gave it a phone. Does your matter ever wonder how it learned to wonder why? How a pile of little particles can stare up at the sky? I got carbon, calcium, water, electrons running wild, and somehow all that machinery produced this crazy child. I should be thinking sex, drugs, rock and roll, and beer, but instead I'm asking questions that have plagued mankind for years. Does your matter ever wonder? Well, mine sure does tonight. My neurons start firing like a honky-tonk on fire. One little spark says philosophy, another says retire. One part says we're just chemistry, that's all there is to know. Another says, well, hell, then why do I feel the way I do? There's molecules in motion, there's electricity and heat. There's 20 billion little questions dancing underneath my seat. And somewhere in the middle of this biological machine, I'm sitting here wondering what the hell it all could mean. Does your matter ever wonder how it learned to wonder why? How a bunch of bits of chemistry can laugh and cry and lie? I got carbon, calcium, water, a little iron in my blood, and somehow this collection thinks it's smarter than the mud. I should be thinking sex, drugs, rock and roll, and beer, but instead I'm contemplating why I'm even thinking here. Does your matter ever wonder? Well, mine sure does tonight. Maybe we're just chemistry. Maybe that's the trick. Maybe life is what the molecules do when they get organized enough. Maybe consciousness is matter, looking back at where it came from. Maybe the universe got tired of staring at itself, so it built a pair of eyes. Well, here's to all the atoms that somehow got together. Here's to every molecule that said, let's stay alive. Here's to every dumb mutation that somehow got things right. And here's to this old brain of mine for keeping me wait tonight. 'Cause I could be out dancing, I could be chasing down a dream, I could be somewhere with a pretty girl and something cold to drink. But no, I'm sitting here at midnight with my neurons in a fight, wondering if the universe knows it's looking through my eyes. Now that's a hell of a thought for a Saturday night. Does your matter ever wonder how it learned to wonder why? How did dirt become a thinker? How the blind stuff learn to cry? How the atoms build a question and then teach it how to rhyme? How the universe makes somebody who can waste his damn good time? I should be thinking sex, drugs, rock and roll and beer. Instead I'm asking matter, why the hell we're all still here. Does your matter ever wonder? Does your matter ever care? Or are we just a bunch of atoms that somehow learn to stare? Well, if I'm nothing but chemistry, that's some pretty damn impressive chemistry. Now if you'll excuse me, I've got some atoms I'd like to introduce to a cold beer.